Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode with Betsy. Wait a minute. That's not Betsy. That's just another project that my kids gave me. Oh great. Hold on, let me get the right video. Alright, so on this episode we're going to be talking about Betsy, and this is going to be the final episode about Betsy. My friend is going to come pick her up today, so basically let's go ahead and review the before and then after. So basically we're going to see how she arrived, what condition she was in, and then we're going to compare that to now that she's finished. So when she arrived, she was not running or driving. So basically we had to roll her off the trailer, and then my first job was to get her started and kind of see if she at least runs and drives, and then park her underneath the tent and then get to work. Now when she arrived, she looked pretty bad. Even from 20 feet away, she looked pretty bad. Like stuff wasn't lining up, nose wasn't lining up, fenders were not lining up, doors were not lining up, so nothing was lining up. Even the hood was not lining up, the trunk was not lining up. Interior stuff was falling apart, door panels, back panels, dash was not mounted, nothing was screwed in. It seems just like they just flopped all that stuff into the car and said, here you go buddy, here's your car. The things that people do just kind of makes me mad. They're just ripping people off and then giving them crap. And then those of you that remember, there was just cracks around the scoops, there was cracks around some pieces on the nose, I believe, the fender flares, the bottom skirt was not installed properly, so that was cracking where it was installed. The back trunk was just kind of, you know, flopping around. The bumper was not lined up correctly, and there was no weather stripping on the trunk lid. So it was basically metal against metal, and the spoiler is fiberglass. So I'm surprised the spoiler was not falling off. So, and the doors were not even installed straight. It was like it was kind of lopsided. So that's why some of the things were not lining up. Weather stripping was falling off. Things were cracking. It just looked horrible. Door panels were falling off. The back panels were just kind of screwed in on one or two screws here and there. The back panels were just kind of scratched up, beat up, and they needed to be repainted. The hood pins were all nice and rusty, and you know, just looked horrible. You don't want to take you wouldn't want to take this car to any car meets, any car. Just keep it in your garage and just say, hey, I got this car home, and that's all. The engine bay was all covered in spider webs, but that's because it was sitting at my friend's house for a couple of years, and he was just embarrassed to take it out anywhere. So, and rightfully so. It's a horrible build. You know, just like it's something you don't want to show to anybody. And all the wires were kind of flopped everywhere and didn't make any sense. So I had to redo a bunch of wiring. The engine was dry. There was no fluid. Coolant fluid in the engine or the radiator. The transmission was also completely dry. The power steering was also dry. So it's a horrible build. So I had to go through a lot of stuff on this car to make it the best that I could from my end. So I had to do the best that I can from my end without actually rebuilding the engine and basically working with what I have. The wheel spinners were all missing on all four corners, so those are kind of hard to find something that fits, because I had to find something kind of universal unless you're actually buying the whole wheel, because the wheel would come with the spinners. So I had to buy a different type of spinner, but it'll still look good. You'll see in the upcoming after clip. There was also no speedometer cables, so when you're driving there is no speed showing on the dash, so that's another interesting thing. And because the doors were not lined up good, they were not closing good as well, so that was another challenge to make them close a lot better and be lined up a lot better. The door panels were coming off, the dash was not mounted, it was just kind of flopped on there, it wasn't actually secured. There was no mirror, there was no windshield visors, there was no pillar pads, there was no seat belts. And yeah, even from this far away you can tell that just things just don't line up, and the cracks are all weird, and it was just horrible. Windshield was missing trim pieces, the hood was not lined up good, so that had a big gap by the cowl. So this was a one challenging project. to take on. All right, so now let's see the before and after clips, compare them, see how much she improved, how much better she looks, and then our friend will come down, pick up the car, and we'll hand it over to him, and hopefully he will enjoy it for the time being. And then I think he's just gonna sell it, because honestly he wanted to have a better quality build, and he was really disappointed with this car. If any of you guys are interested in buying this car, DM me FixitNick. I'll have more details at the end of this video. All right, let's take a look at the clips and see how she turned out now. All right, and there goes my friend Mike. He just picked up the car and is gonna drive her home, and there shouldn't be any problems. We test drove the car a little bit here and there, so like I said, she's not perfect, but she needs some love. She starts, she drives, she runs, doesn't overheat. Things seem to work. Most of the things seem to work, so at least he's somewhat happy. He's gonna try to go ahead and list it for sale. She got appraised at $112,000 a few days ago by a appraiser here locally, but honestly I don't think she's worth $112,000. But if any of you guys are interested in buying it, you guys seen the build process, what she had to go through. All right, buddy, have fun. The amount of things that had to be fixed and changed and all that stuff. If you guys seen all those episodes and you guys are still interested, hit me up on Instagram, FixitNick, DM me. I can get you the contact and you guys can, you know, work out a deal or whatever. He's accepting offers, and whatever he gets for the car, he's gonna use that money to build a newer project. With this car, with Betsy, honestly, she really needs is to get it sandblasted, get the bodywork redone, and then she'll be in pretty good shape. And then just reassemble the whole thing. All the parts are there. It should be a lot fun and she'll look a lot better. So that's just my opinion. So if any of you guys are interested in buying that car, let me know. Instagram, FixitNick, DM me, send me your info, and I'll pass it over to my friend, and you guys can either work out a deal. It's just a fun, cool car to drive around, cruise around, and go to a few, parking car meetups, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, you're not going to win any trophies at car shows. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This will be the last of it with Betsy, and now I'm going to be getting you over to my own project in the garage. Thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next build.